To an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Prescott now, option right. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
No gain on the play, second and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Prescott from the gun. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 40 now on second down. Prescott, a dump off to Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Jones. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
On the ready. Mike, go.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54. Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Ready.
Now Jones operating from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. From the red zone now, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
At the Giants' 13-yard line.
On the counter, Elliott. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. He finds his man Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Push him back. Push him back.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after one. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, here's the up, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Go. Mike, 5-5.
Now Saquon Barkley. And an alley to run. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Jones now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Barkley unable to get away on the first down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Tackle. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Get that ball.
Yo, go.
Check right. Watching you find. Check.
Now.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Wahoo!
55. Right there in the middle. 55. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
5.
Back to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Elliott on first down. Got to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. An NFL update, 2nd quarter now in Jacksonville. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
He's going to get some. He's got him in. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Hey, get in the weight room.
Now. Hey, Delta.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check safety. Jim.
The toss out to Barkley. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55. 65.
To throw on third down, Jones. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On third down, it's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
We got this.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jones fakes the give to Barkley, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The big play to start them out has them at the 45 already. Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You ready?
55. Check. 55. Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
55. Mike, 55. Check pass. Check pass.
Shoot.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
Ready, break.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Hey!
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Speed grip.
Jones operating from the gun. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing this.
10th carry now for Elliott. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Switch.
Ready.
Jones now going to throw again, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Ready.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Here we go.
Protein spill.
Check.
Now Jones off the play fake, going deep here for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Barkley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
30 base. Yes.
Mike 5-4.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He sets to fire deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Cooper was the target there. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
22 Jet Bombers, 22 Jet Bombers. Now.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones, they'll get this out to Barkley, complete. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Hey, check Mike, check Mike. Watch 55.
Here we go.
Lee Griffin.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
X3, 218, chop.
55, Mike, guys, 55. It's a party now. Wow.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Ready.
2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Go. Mike,
On 3rd down, Jones. And Tate's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Let's go.
They're going to run it with Barkley, but he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Spinning past him. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Again, it's Elliott. Whoosh. Power running by Zeke. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call PPR?
The receiver still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Yo. 57's Mike 57.
47.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. This is Elliott. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Marr able to put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And the Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Go!
Man, move it. You gotta get that. Mike.
Hey.
Mike 5-5. Come on, Mike 55.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
High 7.
Mike 5-4. I got you.
Back to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Ready. 8 feet. 6-6, pull it high. Smooth.
55, Mike, 55. In your face.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Back.
Go out.
Jones back to the air on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Golden Tate. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
On the ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
All day, baby. All day.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. They win game number 7, which was their goal at the beginning of the season and the final game of the season.
And I know a lot of people would wonder about the celebration. Why would you be so excited? Getting 7 wins? Well, guess what? That's what they